versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Lions at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 3. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to a safety valve. Give defense credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
3rd down, here's Patterson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, here is Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Patterson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and 1. And in for the Lions, touchdown. DeAndre DeAndre Swift. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 2. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They run with a fourth-year man. This is Damian Harris. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 1 now.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Burrow. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. Here's Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying throw it here. dropped it. Not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
Here we go. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air again, Burrow. That's complete to Dobbs. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the end of the first quarter, keep the score on Lions 7, Seahawks nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here we go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. And they're going to get him. He's safe back around the 28. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. Up and good for Santoso. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that... And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow will throw. It's brought in by Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Here we go. A gain of 15. And the Seahawks first down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Here we go.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one at 62 yards in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
But dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? First down. Here's Burrow. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On one, ready?
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. Open man is Duvernay. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
It's a gain of 10. And the Seahawks first down.
Now it's Burrow. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
At the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Second down at 5. They'll look to throw again. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Trying to improvise. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
On one, ready?
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Romeo Doubs as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And it's now 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll set up a throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
From the 25 on second down, Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, Burrow. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. He'll look to throw. There's Evans again, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Damian Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Lions 14.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So second and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there, against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Lions.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Tucker's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
I'm one, right?
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devin Duvernay with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead now up to 14. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get a big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On 2.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with his better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. Here we go with Burrow. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Open man is Duvernay. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead now up to 14.
Lions 24.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the...
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
The extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead now up to 14.
Lions 31. Bradley Pinion.
Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25. So that last touchdown sealed it there, partner, and then the kickoff there at the end, just a formality to knock the final seconds off and send everyone home.
Yeah, it's awfully nice when you're kicking off late, knowing that even if you give up a big return or a touchdown, it doesn't matter, right? You mentioned the word formality. Good job by them putting themselves in that situation where kicking off did not matter.
So for the Seahawks, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Nah, flex. While you there looking depressed, gonna get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you go. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing